Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for December the 14th. I am going to be pulling one card for each sign after I pull a card for overall energy. The overall energy is going to give us kind of the general topic of what we're dealing with, and then the cards for each sign will give us more specific information about what's going on for each sign, of course. So let's see what our overall energy is. That shows up as, oh, the star card. We like this. The star card talks about a couple of things. For some of us, this is talking about the idea of feeling very hopeful about something that we're working on or something that we want to have happen. Maybe we feel hopeful about what we're going to receive for Christmas for those of us who celebrate Christmas. So something that we're feeling hopeful about can be the star card. The other meaning that can go with the star card can be the idea of knowing our purpose, following that inner guidance, knowing what direction that we're going. Stars in ancient times were used for navigation. And so we've also got the Druid circle behind the lady in the star card. So that has a lot to do with astrology. So knowing our purpose, knowing deeper insights about us, knowing what makes us tick, knowing what our plans are, where we're going forward, following our intuition in that area, especially, that can come up around this card as well. So we'll see what we've got going on as we look at each individual sign and see how it plays out for everybody today. Okay, guys, let's take a peek at Aries. Okay, so Aries, we have the Queen of Wands showing up for you guys in reverse. This is really telling me, Aries, that today you are, what do I want to say here? I think that what's going on with you guys is that you know what you can do to grow and to nourish somebody, to encourage somebody. You have some really good ideas about things that you could do to help somebody who's in your sphere of influence. However, it looks to me like that person, for whatever reason, is not accepting that type of help from you right now. So this may be a good time to be, um, hmm, what do I want to say here? This is probably a time where there's a little bit of frustration here about this. So this may be a good time to turn your attention to something else since this other person does not want to accept the help that you could bring them. Moving on to Taurus, Nine of Cups coming up in reverse. Taurus, I think that you're coming to an understanding about what it is that's a priority to you and what you want to accomplish moving forward. And I think that as you're doing that, and as people around you are realizing that whatever this is not what they thought it was going to be, they are giving you a little bit of feedback, shall we say, about that. They're not so happy about what you know is uh, your purpose. They're not feeling so happy about what the intuition is guiding you the direction that you should be going. They would rather you go the direction that you've always gone or the direction towards, looking out for them. And apparently that's not happening for everybody here. And so they're letting you know. All right. So nice to have that heads up. Next up, let's look at Gemini. So Geminis, you have the Ace of Pentacles here. This is really telling me that today is when you're having a new revelation or a new realization of what your purpose, of what your goal is. And it's something that I think is actually a relief or something that you feel gratitude for as well. Just to be able to have an idea about, okay, what's my direction? Where am I going from here? We like it. Cancer. Three of Wands. I like it a lot. Cancer, this is telling me that today you're really understanding what your long-term goals are. What is it that you want to accomplish as time rolls out for you? And I think you're also feeling very hopeful about the idea that you can accomplish these things that you want to. And so you're really putting together some plans about what you can do to do this. Leo. Okay, Leos, you guys have the Chariot. Let me get rid of these first four so I don't confuse myself. Okay, so Leos, you guys have the Chariot. This is telling me that I think you guys are feeling very hopeful about a trip that is coming up. I think that you have a certain outcome that you are expecting or hoping for this trip. And so I think you're feeling pretty good about it, pretty excited about it, actually. Next up, let's look at Virgo. Virgo's High Priest showing up in reverse. What's going on here? Ba-ba-da-da. Virgos, I think you've got something similar to Taurus going on. So maybe this is an earth sign trend. I think that you know what your priorities are, where you want to go from here, what your purpose is. You're expecting that this is doable and maybe with a little effort, but still doable. And you have somebody here in your sphere of influence who is basically trying to say, oh, you can't do that. Who are you to do that? How do you think you're going to accomplish that? Nobody's ever done that. You've got somebody here that's trying to take you off of your purpose. And really, um, I think they're trying in a very sincere way. They think what they're saying is good for you. For some of you, I'm hearing that this is your own inner voices, but for about 40 to 50% of you, this is somebody outside of you who has good intentions and who is trying to look out for you. They don't understand that, you know, when we know what our purpose is, we know that we know that we know, and yeah, other things just don't matter. Anyway, that's for who? That was for Virgo. Yeah, that's right, because I think maybe that's an Earth sign trend. We'll have to see when we get to Capricorn. Um, Next up is Libra. Two of Pentacles showing up here. Ba ba da 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 da. Libras, I think you're taking on some kind of new responsibilities or some type of new task, hobby, something. You're taking on and adding to the things that you already have to do. And I think you're feeling very hopeful about the idea that, you know what, I can handle all this. It's fine. I got it. That's how you're feeling today. Scorpio. Scorpios with the rebirth card in reverse. So Scorpios, this basically says that we have an opportunity coming up to go back to something that we used to put our energy or effort into. And I think that we are turning that down, and we're turning it down because we know that our purpose does not lie in that area anymore, that we are growing and we're moving forward. And so our purpose is leading us on another path now. All right, next up, we're going to look at Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius, Prince of Cups, coming up here. Boo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sagittarius, this is talking to me about some type of either self-care or possibly romantic interaction that you're feeling very hopeful about. You're expecting that this is going to go very well. So either self-care or some type of romantic action. Knights, princes are always action. Cups are always emotion. Maybe not always, but mostly. And so this is some type of action that has to do with emotion and replenishing emotion or building emotion. So this can be, like I said, romantic, or it can be your own self-care. Maybe you need replenished. You're feeling really good about the idea that this is going to do the trick, whichever way it's going for you. Okay. So, yep, that was Sagittarius. Next up, Capricorn. Capricorn. What do we have here? Okay, so Capricorns, this is interesting. It talks about the idea that you know what your purpose is, you know what your goal is, you know what your target is, um, but you may be rethinking, how do I get there? It looks to me like you still believe whatever this goal or target is, you still believe that you're going to get there with that star there. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, to me, this talks about the idea that you're going back to, excuse me, you're going back to the drawing board with how to actually make that happen. You know, I think you had a strategy before. I think that something came along and kind of messed with that strategy a little bit. So now it's time to re-strategize. So that's what I see you doing today, Capricorn. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. Excuse me while I grab a drink here. So Aquarius with that Ten of Cups coming up here, this is telling me that you really are making some plans to bring some happiness to a group of people. Okay. So you're on target to do that. You're expecting to do that today. So you may actually be beyond making plans too with this, the way this combination is. You could be doing something today. Definitely, you're hopeful that what you're doing is going to bring happiness to a lot of people. I'm really getting the sense, Aquarius, that you may be doing, a lot of you may be doing some type of charitable work, volunteering at a soup kitchen, handing out toys, something is going on here for a lot of you where you're doing something charitable. But whether it's charitable or not, I think that you have high hopes that whatever it is you're doing today is going to bring happiness to a group of people. That's the bottom line here. Next, we're going to look at Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Eight of Swords showing up in reverse. This is interesting. Pisces, I think that you are determining today that you are going to find a way to break free from thinking in circles about a certain thing. I think you're just deciding that the indecisiveness has gone on too long and you're going to take some kind of action. You're going to get this figured out. You're going to get into a situation where you feel like you can be objective and really make a decision here and quit second guessing it. It's interesting because I feel like you are making the decision to do that today and then putting in that legwork that it takes to actually break free from all of that thinking in circles that's been going on around whatever this topic is for you. Very interesting and good on you. So that's what I've got for the day today. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I do appreciate it. Thank you, of course, also for the thumbs ups, the shares, the likes, and the subscribes. You guys are all fantastic and amazing. And of course, I'm looking forward to reading with some of you in person later on today. And the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.